All right, what is up? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. All right, so I'm just going to get right into it. This recording will be in the Facebook group. It will also be on YouTube, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time waiting for people to get in here. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. 12 o'clock every Wednesday, I'll be going live here, dropping content on a various different levels of things from operations to hiring to marketing towards buyers, how you should structure your business, changes that we're seeing in the market. It's really my chance to connect with you, give you some information from behind the scenes because we work with over 300 wholesalers and flippers nationwide. So we aggregate a lot of data. One of the things that I see is missing in the market is a lot of people are working with gurus and coaches, and they only have their experience to teach from. They don't have data that spans across the market that you can utilize to implement into your business. You only have their experience or people's experience in the community, and that is limiting because there is a wealth of information out there. Most of it won't apply to you, but my job is to filter that information and give you the stuff that's applicable to help you grow your business. So today, I want to talk about a concept that a lot of people look over, which is how to turn your wholesale business into a cash cow. Because it's my philosophy that most of you that got into wholesaling and flipping, and I have my whiteboard marker so I can write on the desk here some of these points. Most of you that got into wholesaling and flipping didn't do it because you wanted to build a wholesale operation. You did it because wholesaling allows you to be a deal controller. One, you're finding the deals. Two, you are also able to make a good amount of money on those deals when you find buyers for them. Now, across the nation, the average wholesale spread is about $18,000. In markets like Phoenix or Florida or Texas, you may be looking at closer to $20,000 or $30,000. Now, obviously, that is going to change dramatically because a lot of people have stopped selling to hedge funds. That's impacting a lot of people's businesses because their goal was get properties under contract, sell to hedge funds, make their top dollar, and then move on. But since hedge funds have slowed down or started canceling deals at the last minute, they are no longer bird dogs for those hedge funds. So they have to find a way to change and adapt their business so they can consistently find buyers without having to rely on one or two institutional buyers. Now, what I want to talk about is what are the steps that you need to do to get there. And I'm actually going to share my screen because I've been working on a roadmap to kind of give you an idea of what this looks like. So let me pull this up here because I'm a visual learner and this will help you visually see what's going on here. So I think I can do this one. Present, not slide, share screen. Share screen. And I'm going to actually put it on my monitor over here. So that way it's separated from everything. Let's close this out. Let's close this out. All right. Okay, so I'm still down here at the bottom, and then there's a roadmap. Okay, so this is the Alpha Wholesaler roadmap that I've been implementing, and visually it may change, but the principles are the same. This is the 9 steps that it takes you to go through to turn your business from stuck, not fulfilling, not growing, not scaling, not booming the way that you want it to be, towards being a cash cow that allows you to fund your dream lifestyle. What I want everyone to do that's on the call and that's watching the recording is take a few minutes out of your day and write out what you want your dream life to look like. Once you have that visual in mind, start to put some numbers around it. What kind of car do you drive? What kind of house do you live? What kind of vacations or trips do you take? What kind of contributions do you make to nonprofits and charities? What kind of events do you go to? Identify what that dream life looks like and then put a number around it. Is that $20,000 a month in take home? Is that $50,000? Is that $100,000 a month in take home pay? What do you want that to be? Because once we start to operate and run the business off of tangible numbers, then we can reverse engineer it. What a lot of people do is they get into wholesaling and flipping and they say, hey, I'm going to do this as a side project, or I'm going to use this as a way to get some money to start buying some rentals, but they don't identify what the targets are. And if you've ever read a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, you understand that the mind is like a guiding missile, is like a heat-seeking missile. It has to have a target to lock onto, and it will course correct and eventually get you to that target. So set your mind towards what your end goal is. Start to put some numbers around it so your mind and subconscious and the universe can start to conspire to help you to achieve those goals. I know it sounds very woo-woo, but it is a reality. That's how our brains work. Is we set our intentions, and that's how we can turn those intentions into realities. So here's the whole framework that I take all of our clients through. We built a whole new curriculum around these steps, and we'll be rolling this out to some of our existing clients that are going to be working with us on a private one-to-one basis, and then any of our new clients that are coming in, going through this alpha wholesaler framework. Now, the very first thing that you have to do to turn your business to a cash cow is you always have to have market intel. You have to have a select list of buyers. Some people in different markets call this a Dream 100. Some people just call this my target buyers group. But you want to have targeted buyers, and you want to know exactly what they're looking for, what zip codes they're looking for it in, what types of properties, price points, 3.2s, 4.2s, what are they looking for specifically? And this data will help inform your marketing, your business operations, and you should be doing this every single quarter. Yes, you want to be getting market intel every quarter because, as you know, business changes quickly, especially when we're relying on end buyers for our deals. The people that didn't do their market intel got hit with a tidal wave of deal cancellations or deals that they couldn't perform on because they didn't understand that institutional buyers are no longer buying iffy deals. They needed great deals in specific areas, and that's all they wanted to buy. And then they didn't understand that flippers, because of interest rates being so high and material cost and contractors being short, that they needed deeper discounts on the deals that they were selling to flippers, and they didn't understand what buy and hold people were looking at because they weren't doing this market intel research every single quarter. So we always start with this because, again, we want to set our intention. We want to know who our target audience is and what they want before we start doing business. All wholesaling is finding discounted deals, discounted assets, and matching those with buyers, and we get paid a fee for that. If we don't know what our buyers are looking for and we're just willy-nilly going out there cold calling, texting, driving for dollars, sending direct mail to everyone in entire county, but our buyers are only buying in 6 or 7 zip codes or cities, why would we focus all this attention on areas that don't make us any money? It is just wasted revenue. And the goal of this is to build a cash cow. You can't build a cash cow if you're bleeding at every single step because you're wasting money on marketing that's not getting a return or getting deals that you can't sell. So if you've ever had issues with finding buyers, having issues with getting deals that you couldn't sell, or deals that weren't good deals because you didn't know what the buyers wanted, doing this market intel will help inform that so you eliminate those problems before you even start. The second step is you have to have a selling system, whether you use our two-step selling system and the scripts that go along with it, or you follow something like Steve Trang's process or John Martinez or RJ Bates. I don't care whose selling system you have, but you need to have some type of selling system, because if you don't have a process of taking leads in, qualifying them, and converting them, the business will fail. A good resource to use for this is a book called Ready, Fire, Aim. You need to define what your optimal selling system is, OSS. All that means is, what is the way that our business produces leads, and how do we convert those leads into revenue? And that's all that we focus on in the beginning of the business. We don't focus on LLCs, we don't focus on logos, on websites, on branding, on all of these things that are pre-revenue. We need to focus on getting revenue in the door, and everyone sells differently. Some people sell where it's more of a hard sell. Some people use a questions-based framework, which is what I prefer. Some people use nice guy negotiation, which I learned from my mentor, Travis Sago. Everyone sells differently. Find out the way that you sell and the way that you can consistently convert, and turn that into a process, and then use software to help you make that process more efficient. Now, once you've gone through the selling process, you are a master at the selling process that you want to do. Then you need to understand what type of marketing. We do data marketing, which is pulling a list, or some people call this sales-based marketing. We pull a list of prospects, we text, cold call, we can run ads, we can run couple of different things to this list, but we do data marketing. And with all of our clients, we want you to understand how this model works, what the numbers are to hit your targets with this model, and what you need to be spending in marketing to get there. If you are on this call right now, or on this training, sorry, and you are afraid to spend money on marketing, understand that you will get nowhere in this business if you're trying to spend $0 on marketing. The reality is you cannot spend $0 in marketing in this business unless you have established relationships or networks, or someone that's going to bring you lead flow at low cost. because it just won't work. You have to either be spending your time or spending your money. And in the beginning, if you're low on money, that means you're spending your time door knocking, driving for dollars, finding leads the hustle way. If you do have money or you have access to money, which everyone should be able to through credit cards or financing, go out and find a way to buy the leads that you need, whether that is buying a team that's going to do it or buying them from like iSpeed to Lead or somewhere else. Find a way to buy leads because your business thrives on lead flow. That's the fact of the matter. So from there, we want to make sure you understand whatever mechanics you're going to use to get lead flow, how that works, what the numbers are, what you need to spend to hit your targets. Again, we're reverse engineering. If you say you want 10 grand a month, I know that's 1 to 2 deals a month. I know you need 55 to 65 leads per contract. You're going to close and sell about 70% of those contracts. So that means you need anywhere from 8 to 15 leads per day, depending on how you sell. And that's going to help you get to your target. That's all that we want to do there. Step 4 is we want to install an operating system in your business. The operating system is going to make you more efficient, make the business more efficient, which again allows us to increase profits. It's going to allow us to decrease costs because now we can get outsourced VAs. We don't have to hire expensive people here in the States or expensive acquisition reps that are going to take our leads and close them. With an operating system, it's going to allow us to do more efficiently. So if you want to stay as a solo shop, you totally can stay solo if you have the right systems in place, because these are the things that are going to help you leverage up in the business. Every business has different types of leverage, and software is going to allow you to get there with less manpower, and it's going to allow you to achieve more because you're more productive because of the software. Obviously, we want to train you on the software, make sure you know how to use it to make your business more efficient. And then once we have a system in place, then we want to become a numbers-driven CEO. A numbers-driven CEO means we look at the business objectively and we decide things based off of those numbers. Objectively looking at the numbers is going to allow us to make decisions. Not right now, buddy. Thank you. My little boy always comes in every single time I have a phone call. A numbers-driven CEO looks at the KPIs and makes decisions on the business based off of those numbers, not based off of emotion. Not right now. I'm on a call. Makes decisions based off of those numbers and not based off of emotion. This business is very numbers driven, whether you're underwriting deals, whether you are getting deals under contract. The business runs off of those numbers, and you have to be focused on those numbers. Come here. If you're going to be here, you're going to join me. All right. Once we get to understanding the numbers, the KPIs on how the business works, we want to make sure that we have a team in place so we can start to remove ourselves from the day-to-day in the business. Again, no one got into wholesaling and flipping because they wanted a job where they worked deal to deal to deal. That is for the card. Where they worked deal to deal to deal. So we want to figure out how we can build a team that allows us to structure the business to give us the most amount of our time and the most amount of profits simultaneously. And we do this with the 80-20 team structure. Where's the bottleneck in the business? Where can I efficiently get that labor so that I can build a business that is self-sustaining? And the way that you do this is by building the team will build the business. And then step 8 is predictably scaling. We want to map out what our scaling process looks like. So again, if we want us to get to 20 grand or 50 grand a month, what does it look like for us to predictably get to that point without burning out, without going in the red, or without wanting to destroy or blow up our business because we're so stressed out of our mind? So we build a roadmap with all of our clients once they first come in on how to predictably scale up to their target so they know exactly what it looks like. Far too often people get into this business and don't have a roadmap, and they get confused. They get lost along the way. And this is where you fall into shiny object syndrome or scrambling around, trying different things in the business, different tactics, different strategies. You start getting into creative financing, learning subject twos. You start doing lease options. Then you start doing land. Then you start doing multifamily. If you have a clear roadmap of how to achieve the goal that you want, it allows you to make sure you focus climbing the right mountain. And another one of my mentors said, you don't end up on the molehill instead of Everest, which is where you're trying to go. So predictably scaling up to where you want to go. And then we have to launch it on. We get to step 9. We're going to work hand in hand with you to launch the entire process, keep track of the numbers, help you identify bottlenecks, help you scale up, see where any deficiencies are in the business. And we work with you hand in hand as a partner to launch the business. And this is the 9 steps that we go through just on phase 1 of the process. just on phase 1 of the process. This is what's going to help you start building that cash cow. Phase 2 is going to be, again, looking at the numbers, building, onboarding, hiring the team, and starting to build up the business that way. But it starts with all the things here in phase 1. This is how you get the business into the cash cow stage, because you've built a solid foundation of how the business will grow and operate. And without that foundation, the business will typically crumble. You'll burn out. You'll get stuck at a couple of deals. You'll get stuck in the business, doing all the work, managing all the projects, closing all the deals. And that's not a place that you want to be in. So short call for today. I just wanted to give you the roadmap. Come back, watch this video, digest it all. If you have questions, you want to know how to do this, I'm putting together a demo to show you the exact frameworks that we use, the roadmap, the operating system, all of it. And if you want to work with us on implementing this stuff, reach out to me after you've watched the video. And we are enrolling typically 15 to 20 people a month to work with us hand in hand to go through this process. And typically right now we have a waiting list of how many people will take on, because far too many programs will take on any and everyone and not actually help you get success. And we want to work with everyone for 12 months, 24 months, for years, to be honest, because we're not in the transactional game. We're in the relationship long-term game, and that's where we want to play. So if that's a game that you want to play, you want help implementing this roadmap, reach out. I'll send you the new demo video. And if it's a fit, you think it's something that will help you out, please reach out. Happy to help you. So that's it for today. Hope you guys got some value from this. If so, comment down below. Let me know what was helpful for you. Let me know where you're stuck at on this roadmap, or if you've even started on this roadmap, so you can get to your end goals. Looking forward to helping you guys achieve more. Have a happy Wednesday.